In this video, we'll be going over some animal behaviors that make some really good pranks on humans. Coming right up. Muhahahaha. Hello and welcome to EcoElsa. Welcome back my returners, and for those of you who are new and don't know me, my name is Elsa and I make videos to help you guys learn about the environment and get outdoors. In this week's video, we're going over something a little bit different. While you guys were pranking friends and family the normal way on April Fool's Day, I was being a big old nature nerd and pranking Andrew with animal behaviors that animals use in the wild to help them survive. Because they also make very good human pranks. You might have been doing one too without even realizing it. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to show you the clip of me pranking Andrew, followed by a clip of me explaining what animal behavior it was I was mimicking, and you can see if you can guess ahead of time which animal it was or which animal behavior it was. So let's get started. Hey Andrew, can you come out here a second?
One sec. Yeah, what's up? I thought you wrote this something.
Happy April Fools! So that was prank number 1. Any guesses on what animal behavior I was demonstrating, or can you think of any animals that might do something like this in the wild to survive? Any guesses? Okay, so say your guess and now I'm going to tell you what it was. So this is an example of concealment ambush hunting technique. I was using the laundry that I put there to create a hide that I could hide underneath and launch out to attack Andrew from. So some examples of animals that do this kind of hunting technique, you might be thinking of them now that you know what it's called, are trapdoor spiders and mantis shrimp. Both of these animals will create a hide in a place where they think that they can get food, and then they will hide in there and they'll launch themselves out, grab the food, come back into their hide, and enjoy their little snacky snack. So that's an example of what I was doing. Now, that's because I put the laundry there and then I hid underneath it. Now, if the laundry was, say, a natural part of the environment of our couch, and I just chose to hide underneath it, that would be an example of camouflage ambush hunting. So this is done by a lot of different fish and sharks especially, where they're using the natural sand or the natural coral and some of their own natural camouflage on their body to then hide in that location, to then ambush out, grab their prey, and enjoy eating it. Love you, Andrew. Hope you enjoyed this, because you got 3 more pranks to go. So let's get going with the next one. Hey, Andrew, for real, could you come out here again? I actually have something I want to talk to you about.
What? I'm not gonna keep helping you with your videos and stuff if I can't.
Okay, so that was prank number 2. As you saw, I used the laundry as a natural thing to attract Andrew to so that I could then sneak up on him and attack. So you might have an idea of what kind of a behavior this was, as well as maybe some ideas of some example animals. So you got 3 seconds. Say them out loud now. 3, 2, 1. So this was an example of a stalking ambush technique. So I was the mighty predator. I was sneaking up on Andrew so that I could then ambush and attack. And I did something that a lot of animals out in the wild will do, where they're using something naturally in their environment that attracts their prey to it, to then be able to sneak up on their prey. Maybe this is food, maybe this is water. In Andrew's case, it was him being suspicious of the laundry pile that I had already jumped out of, and he didn't trust me. So I used that to my advantage to sneak up on and attack. So now that I've explained the stalking and ambush technique, you might be thinking of some animals. Some animals might be coming to mind. Maybe it's a tiger, a leopard, or a crocodile. These animals all share in common, and this is one that we usually learned about in school, but maybe you don't remember it, how the animal is going to slowly, quietly sneak up on their prey, trying to get as close as possible, and then BAM! They attack! They are doing this explosive power of energy, of speed, of strength to close the distance on their prey, attack it, and bring it down. So crocodiles do this, leopards do this, tigers do this, snakes do this. There is a lot of animals that use this hunting method, and it's because as long as you're good at being quiet, you find a good way to hide either using your surroundings or your natural camouflage, and you have the speed and strength to then take down the prey that you're trying to get, it's a really good hunting technique to use because you're not trying to use endurance to just wear out the prey animal, and you're not just relying on your speed to be able to close the gap on an animal by charging from super far away. And since there's so many animals that use this hunting technique, you can probably guess it's a pretty successful hunting technique to use, and that's why so many animals use it to get their snacks and dinner. So if you didn't notice already, I picked a lot of these behaviors because I kind of like the predators in a lot of these ecosystems and the hunting techniques that they use that just make such great pranks on humans. And yeah, you can ask Andrew, but I am that person who, when watching a nature documentary, is usually cheering on the predator. You know, because it's a catch-22 when you're watching these nature documentaries. On the one hand, you want the predator to get a meal, but on the other hand, you kind of want the animal to get away and live. But you can't have both. To quote a very wise nature movie, birds gotta eat, fish gotta swim. Hey Andrew, could you give me another paper towel? I'm gonna need to do a little bit more scrubbing.
I blew out your candle just because.
Thanks.
Where are you?
Oh! Thank you, I love you.
I'm locking myself in here now. I'm not coming out.
Okay, fine. But that was the last one, I promise. I don't promise. No, I don't promise at all. So that was prank number 3. Now before I reveal what behavior it was and what animals it's based on, you have 3 seconds to guess. Go. 3, 2, 1. The animal behavior was a defensive mechanism. It was done mostly by things like skunks, where the animal, the little prey animal, is releasing a nauseous, nasty smell into the air directed at their predator, so that the predator, with this nasty thing in their eyes and nose and mouth, are too busy doing bleh to try and eat the prey animal. So another animal that does this that might be a little bit more common and you've probably seen before is a stink bug. So the big reason why prey animals do and have evolved to have this behavior, this adaptation that gives them an advantage, is because if I was the predator and I went to try and eat this delicious looking cheeseburger and all of a sudden it went in my face and sprayed this nasty smelling spray all in my eyes and up my nose and in my mouth, do you think I want to take a bite out of that cheeseburger? Not me. I buy cheeseburger, you're done. I don't want to eat you. And that's why they've evolved to do this. Because even if the prey animal is getting injured the first time it happens, maybe the animal actually bites down on it, it gets hurt, maybe it dies, it gives an advantage to the overall species. Because now, anytime that predator sees that cheeseburger or whatever it is, and it remembers how it got the nasty spray in the face and the mouth, it's not going to want to eat it. So it gives the species an overall advantage because there are fewer predators trying to purposely hunt them because they like their taste buds and their nose and eyes just how they are. Thank you very much. Now what you guys didn't see in that video is I was lulling Andrew into a false sense of security all day. I was calling him over for other things. I was telling him, hey, I only had the 2 animal behaviors to demonstrate. Those are the only pranks I'm doing to you today. So thanks for, being a good participant. And, lulling him into a false sense of security, calling him over to help with things, to help me with cleaning out Kiki's tank that day, with seeing how cute Kiki was being, little things that she was doing. For those of you who are new and don't know, Kiki's my adorable little lizard. Right here, photo. So yeah, I lulled him in a false sense of security and then called him into the room. But there was no way I was getting away with a prank like this anymore the rest of the day. So I had to do something a little more creative and fun. So check it out in the next video and then we'll explain the behavior of the very last prank.
When did this laundry pile get here?
Here's Elsa! Guess what animal I am?
What were you doing?
Messing with you.
God, you're weird.
What animal am I, you think?
A pigeon. Because you're a pain in my butt.
Shh. And animal prank number 4. So, as you saw in that video, I was piling the laundry once again on top of me so that I could army crawl my way to Andrew super slow and quietly so that I didn't get his attention. Now what you don't see in that is unfortunately he noticed me when I was about halfway there because, you still notice things out of the corner of your eye. So Andrew then nicely played along and took the camera and then continued to do some filming to show me slowly creeping closer to him. Now this is based on an animal behavior that might be a little bit harder to see as I am not naturally super hairy and I did not grow the laundry on me. So you got 3 seconds to guess. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So this was an example of camouflage as done by sloths. So sloths are really cool when it comes to camouflage. They actually naturally have these grooves in their hair that allows things like algae to grow there, which then provides even more camouflage for the sloth. So the sloth's already brown, kind of shaggy looking like moss or bark on a tree, and then by having the algae growing on their actual fur, it gives them that green tint that a lot of trees in the rainforest have. So they look like they're a part of the tree. And like I was saying, this is a symbiotic relationship. There's evidence to support that there's mutual benefits to this. The sloth can climb into the sunlight and things to help the algae grow. It also provides habitat for a lot of things like moths and beetles, as well as they're still doing research on it, but there is some evidence to suggest that the sloth is actually farming this algae because they actually also eat it, which is super cool. So that behavior was me pretending to be a sloth and slowly creep along with my laundry growing on me so that I could surprise Andrew. So it more or less worked out, but it was a very creative idea nonetheless. I think with a little bit more practice and preparation, and maybe if it being night, I could really get him. So that covers different animal behaviors that make really great pranks. If you're watching this at home and not with the rest of your family or friends, we recommend you guys try it out. Maybe shoot a little video, tell us Animal Pranks 2020, and hashtag EcoElsa, send it to us, add us, whatever platform you're on, because we'd love to see it. I'd love to see how these pranks turn out for you guys, especially since it's now not April Fool's and no one's gonna see it coming. And for any parents watching this whose children now start jumping out of their laundry baskets or piles of laundry at you, sorry, but it's funny. make sure you check out the description for tons of other resources for our giveaway that's still going on and we'll be finishing up here on Earth Day 2020. If you want to know how you can get entered to win, check out the description below. Otherwise, make sure you follow us on YouTube, down here, subscribe to us, as well as on our other platforms so that way you can be entered to win. But to learn more ways of being entered, check out the description below. We got a ton of prizes we're giving away across multiple platforms, so there's a chance to win a lot of cool things. So we hope you'll do that. As well as if you want to continue to help support us at EcoElsa and all the work that we're doing, getting you guys videos and free resources and things to help you learn about the environment and get outdoors, check out our Etsy where we're selling a bunch of our cool nature art and cartoons, as well as check out Patreon where you guys can get access to a ton of free resources and exclusive content only for our amazing nature nerd patrons there. So check that out below too. We'll have access to videos, behind the scenes, and special resources, content, curriculum, and activities that are for our patrons only. So check that out. And as always, we hope you guys have a great rest of your week. You be safe, learn lots, have fun, and get outdoors as safely as you possibly can. We hope to see you out there again real soon. Bye. Camera back, please.
Sure. Ambush style.